everybody, and welcome to the Heat Army podcast's commentary of Gateshead versus Eastleigh here in the National League. As you can see there on the screen, it is a nice day here on Tyneside. Yesterday it was torrential rain for close to 24 hours. There was one or two people thinking this game might not have been on, but we're now looking at that pitch. It is absolutely fantastic out there and promises to set up for a fantastic game this afternoon. My name's David Gaddis. It's an absolute pleasure here to be with you. I've got Aaron Martin joining us for his commentary debut with us. Aaron, it's a pleasure to have you here, but how long is it till you get back out there onto the pitch?
Well, hopefully it'll be sometime this month where I'll be available for selection. At the minute I'm just working on getting my fitness back, so I'm able to help the boys as best I can when I come back. So hopefully at some point this month.
Fantastic. Also as well, if you could just do us a favour, it is a fully interactive podcast. We can read your messages out. If you could let us know how we are sounding. We are using different equipment this week. Through no fault of our own. I had a car crash this week and my equipment was in the boot, so I've had to try change different things here. So hopefully we're coming through loud and clear. If you could just let us know by sending us a message, whatever platform you're listening on. And while you're at it, could you like and subscribe and share with other fans? And if you're an Eastleigh fan, share it with some of your fellow fans as well that haven't been able to make the trip up here. There's a small contingent have made the trip up from the south coast there, and they'll be no doubt trying to make themselves sound as loud as they can from that far side of the pitch, and people have put the sound is good. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll be settling down into this. I have got the teams in front of us. There has been a change for Eastleigh. We will correct that on the team sheet when we get confirmation of who it is that has been changed. But I'd say just looking back to last week, a great win in front of the TV cameras, first win away from home as well. Clean sheet. You couldn't ask for anything more, could you, Aaron?
No, really good performance by the lad, really professional. Thought did really well going forward and causing threats to make them. And I think it's just what we needed at this moment in time, especially an away win, to lift us right into this game and start rising up the table. That's what we want to do. We want to finish as high as possible. And getting them away points are crucial. It's always going to be slightly easier at home because you've got the fans supporting you, but you need them away points to be able to do well in the league.
Fantastic. And Aaron, I've just heard that you're a little bit low, so if you might be able to speak up a little bit when we're talking. I think it's more the equipment than anything. So we're glad you can hear us. We have got a message from Liv Walden. She's put, we're here, first game this season, so excited. Well, fantastic. Thank you for messaging in. And we hope you are going to enjoy it. What we're going to do is now we're going to play an interview from Gateshead FC TV. This is Ian Watson talking to Jack McGragan. And while you're at it, give Gateshead FC's YouTube channel a subscribe as well.
Busted. Obviously, a home double coming up on Saturday and Tuesday. Obviously, Eastleigh first up, but off the back of last weekend, obviously a positive result, a positive performance on the whole. I assume it's given the boys a bit of a boost this week. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, obviously it was nice to get first clean sheet, first away win. It's obviously a really long travel, so I think sometimes it can catch up with the boys a little bit when you start to get sort of midway through the week. I think the lack of sleep and all the travel does catch up with the boys, but the mood's been good. Obviously everyone was pleased with the result. The performance was good. When we've watched it back, we've analysed it, the performance was also good. Still plenty for us to work on, and that's what we've really tried to do this week, is look at where we can improve, and we've tried to hone in on a certain area and look to improve that as best we possibly can, because we feel like it'll take us another couple of % in terms of the match day performance.
And you touched on before that performances you feel have been here and just results have eluded you a little bit. So was it a bit satisfying last weekend to have the performance and get that result with it as well?
Yeah, obviously perfect scenario. We perform well and we get the result to go with it. So obviously last week was really good. It was a long travel against a good home side who don't really lose at home. And obviously it was a perfect sort of 1-0 away performance. We played really well. The boys had a lot of energy. There was a lot of intensity to the game. we kept the ball well at certain times and we moved it really well. But again, we're looking to improve on all that, and we're looking to improve on all aspects of our game. So we're not just kind of sitting there satisfied with the fact that we've got to win. We want to kick on, and we want to try and put back-to-back wins together and start to put some performances that warrant the results that we want.
And being at home on Saturday, does that change things at all in terms of, I suppose, your approach and the way you'll be looking to play? Obviously, opposition away from home can tend to maybe sit off more than they would do at home. But will it change much, do you feel, on Saturday and Tuesday at all compared to last week?
Nah, obviously from our point of view, we want to attack the game. We want to win the game. We never go into the game not wanting to win it, kind of settling for anything other than 3 points. So that's our way, our style, so to speak, that we want to attack with and without the ball, and we want to win the game. So our sort of style won't change. I don't think, obviously, Eastleigh's will either. I don't think they're a team that's going to come and sit back in and altering them like having the ball as well. So it'll be interesting. Obviously, both games being at home in terms of getting the place as packed and as busy as what we can, as loud as what we can. I think that really helps the boys. You know, we've spoke about it before, how much the boys love playing at home, especially when the fans are loud and encouraging them, and our 12th man, which is what we hope that there will be, and the boys will certainly respond to that.
And for Eastleigh on Saturday in particular, what kind of test are you expecting from them this weekend?
They're a very good side. What we've watched back, they've got two really good forwards, both strong, both hold the ball up, bring other players in. They've got pace down the sides, and they've also got technicians down the sides as well, both fullbacks really quick. Two wide players are really good. They become inverted and they like to get on the ball. They'll work hard out of possession as well. And I think this league, every team's just got quality throughout the team, and they're all work hard, and that's why they're at this level. So again, it's another big test for us. And you know, we've set our game plan out this week. We've really structured what we want to work on, and I'm looking forward to seeing whether that comes through tomorrow in the game.
Yeah, and in terms of the squad, I suppose last couple of games you've had a couple of different lads starting. Obviously, Larac's come in last couple of games. Luke Daly obviously joined on loan from Huddersfield, slotting in at left back as well. But is it possibly the first sort of time around now where there's a few sort of options in different areas that you can chop and change between, and lads that are all looking to start, obviously given on early on in the season, sort of new signings got injured and it kind of didn't help in terms of the whole squad, that there maybe weren't as many options to choose from at the start of the season as there maybe is now?
Yeah, start of the week, you're probably thinking that. Then we've picked up a few injuries today, so maybe it's not the case now. But I must say, touching on Larac, I think he's been brilliant as a young lad coming in. Also Luke Daly coming in, a young lad, his first loan, both being brilliant last week. There was times where we were under pressure to keep the ball, and I thought the young lads done that really, really well last week when it was obviously on TV and things like that. It's a new experience for some of them, and I think the young boys dealt with it really well. And we've talked about it before. The young lads are our legs, they're our energy, they're our lungs. So it's important that they're given that freedom to go and express themselves, and obviously they give us that work rate, which is unbelievable. So obviously they've made us stronger in terms of bringing Luke in, Larac coming back in the team. They've made us stronger, but with injuries this season, it's a bit bizarre. We've not had a season like it. We seem just to be picking up injuries all the time, and we're trying to put our finger on why it is. We're not doing anything different in terms of training or anything like that. So it maybe it's just a bit of bad luck at the moment, where lads seem to be coming back to training and then picking up niggles or getting re-injured, and they're a few more weeks out. So we haven't got as big a squad to pick from. Tomorrow was what you would have thought, but certainly when we do get the boys back, we are going to have them issues that you've spoke about, and I've spoke about it before. It's probably the hardest thing to do when you have a big squad, keeping everyone happy, because you've got to keep the boys who aren't getting in the squad happy, and they have to understand their importance. I've said it loads of times that the lads who aren't in the squad, they have to train to a maximum, and them training to a maximum raises the standards of training. So that means that the boys who are playing have had a really tough week training against lads who are desperate to get in the side, and then that makes Saturday easier for them because they've already been at the levels of sort of like a match game tempo. So the boys who aren't getting in are just as important as the ones who are getting in. I know I've said that loads of times before, but it's so important, and it's for us to keep the group together make sure everyone still believes that they're on the cusp of getting the team, and they just need to keep working and working, and they will eventually get there.
You mentioned picking up a few injuries towards the back end of this week there. I mean, what's the situation with those in terms of who might be missing out Saturday and Tuesday?
Well, Tinks has picked up some tightness today in his calf, which he said sort of bugged him on Wednesday. Then it's resurfaced today. Kenton trained today, and then he's had a little niggle with another injury, so he's now out. Will Harris has picked up something today. We're going to see what he's like in the morning. It might be, well, it's probably looking like it's going to be too soon for Addy to come back in. So yeah, we've obviously started the week. We're looking to get people back, and then by the back of the week, we're now looking at the couple of re-injuries and stuff, so it's just the way it's going at the moment.
Well, if you have just joined us, welcome to the commentary service this afternoon for Gateshead versus Eastleigh here in the National League. We do have the teams in front of us here. I'll quickly go through the Eastleigh lineup. Joe McDonnell is in goal. Michael Carey is wearing number 3. Aaron Martin, which I was surprised to see, he's sitting here next to me, is captain number 5 for Eastleigh. Charlie Carter, who scored the winning goal last weekend for Eastleigh against Halifax, is wearing number 7. Danny Whitehall wearing number 9. Ryan Hill, 11. George Langston, number 12. It's John McKeer. I should have had a look at this. McKeerkin, am I pronouncing that one right? Number 16. Tristan Abrams, 14. Corey Painter, 19. And John Oyonunga wearing number 20. On the bench is Nigel Agatanga, number 4. And it is, oh God, these names are really getting me today. Oyasong, do you ever pronounce that one?
I'll leave that one to you.
CC number 8, John Hesketh number 10, Jake Hesketh, Oscar Rutherford 21, who we believe is starting. We'll confirm for who, and Callum Banks number 29. We'll go through the Gateshead lineup very, very shortly. Remember, this is a fully interactive commentary. We'd love to hear from you. If you're an Eastleigh fan as well, please do send us a message. We hope you do enjoy the commentary. We're not too... what do I call that? Well, tell you what, this is dedication for you here. We've got Kedwin Scott's mum is listening at Meadow Lane. Come on, the Heat. Well, you're getting the best of both this afternoon, Alison. Thank you very much. And the teams are coming out now onto the pitch. We do have the camera on there. Be warned, we will be turning it away from the pitch for licensing reasons. We can't show match action, but the camera will be on the crowd. But this is how Gateshead line up this afternoon. Number 1, Dan Langley. Number 2 is Robbie Tinkler. Carl Magnay, 32. Ethan Pye, number 3. Luke Daly, 33. Owen Bailey, number 8. The captain, Greg Ollie, is wearing number 10. Lyra Kasani wearing number 20. Adam Campbell, 11. Dan Ward, 12, and Paul Blackett, number 9. On the bench is Rob Elliott, Dan Jarvis, Owen Gallagher, and new loan signing Camille Conter, who signed this morning on loan from Middlesbrough until the 2nd of January, wears number 42, and Adi Youssef is number 45. And just looking at that bench, quite a strong one there, if we do need to go to it throughout the game. But as I say, if we get any more injuries, it's getting a little bit more worrying, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We've got quite a few lads now just feeling little niggles, and obviously injuries like myself and Lewis Knight. But hopefully be back soon. But hopefully a lot of the injuries are just minor tweaks where we just lads aren't wanting to risk it, like for today's game, and I'd rather go for Tuesday.
Well, you see, we are waiting for the captains to do the coin toss at the moment. Referee wants to call them in now as Greg Ollie and Aaron Martin go to the centre spot. And just having a look around the tiny where stand, it is absolutely rammed in here. Of course, the neighbours, Newcastle United, are away this weekend, so people are taking in their football here at Gateshead International Stadium this afternoon, and hopefully they are in for a treat, as are you, hopefully. And remember, if you are new to the commentary service or the Heat Army podcast, please subscribe and like. It really does help us reach more people. We want to reach more away fans and more Gateshead fans, more importantly, here. And we're going to be shooting in a different direction here, so we'll find out who has won the toss. I think it might be Eastleigh. As we get ready, Eastleigh in all blue, Gateshead in their grey tops, black shorts, white socks. But Gateshead are going to be kicking off. They're going to be kicking towards the Felon end. And we'll have Eastleigh shooting towards the River Tyne. And right, we've got another couple of messages here. We've got one here. Michael Phillips, come on, Eastleigh. Oh, thank you, Michael, for messaging us. And we're going to move that away from the crowd. Put it onto the crowd there. There we go. So if you spot anyone, let them know they're famous. There we go. Right, let's get that off there. And we are moments away. So relax and we'll give you every bit of action here. And we'll confirm who the Oscar Rutherford has came on for, who started replacing the starting lineup as we get going. Predictions, Aaron, go on, I'll put you on the spot.
I'm going to say 3-1 the Heed.
3-1 the Heed. Well, we're underway here, and you see it's in midfield with Ryan Hill, played forward, gated defence, can head that away through Bailey. Dan Ward loses out the battle, but it falls back to Bailey. It's to Tinkler, who puts it over the top, looking for Blackett. Ball bounces over him, and the Eastleigh defence can deal with that as the ball bounced over, and the ball goes out on the far side for a throw after Adam Campbell's chasing. There's a lot of messages coming in. I will get to them in a break of play, but thank you very much, everyone, for interacting with us. And I'll just get the score up on the screen so everyone knows where they are when they come into the stream. As throwing down the right-hand side, Gateshead managed to clear the ball. Blackett challenging, gets it to Dan Ward, who controls it well. He's still going. Can he get past his man? Tries to put it through the legs of the defender, and it's been cleared, but only as far as Bailey, who got it to... it was, Luke Daly. Never got confused with Pye there. Both played left back earlier in the season. As Magnay now plays it out to Tinkler. Gets it back to Magnay. Tinkler plays it down the line to Ollie. Ball goes out of play. Linesman eventually puts his flag up. Throw into Gateshead. Quickly taken by Tinkler to Bailey. Back to Langley. And Aaron, I think it's fair to say he's grown into the role, Dan, since he's come on loan from Newcastle United as a youngster. But he's had to learn to play the man's game pretty quickly.
Yeah, he's a big presence. As a keeper, I think he's got a real good future ahead of him.
Fantastic tackle by Luke Daly on the far side.
One thing I've been working a lot with him is playing out from the back, and obviously doing a key part of distribution, making sure that we can get forward, using him kind of as a attacking player, but also as a defending player, as a goalkeeper.
Someone's asking who we've got on commentary with us. It's Aaron Martin, Gateshead striker, who's unavailable today, but there's a long throw coming into the box from the far side for Eastleigh. It's been headed. Now Eastleigh pick it up on the edge of the box, but Dan Ward's there to get it free, and he gets a free kick for his troubles there as well. As Gateshead went to clear the lines pretty quickly. Well, Magnay, experienced defender in his second stint with Gateshead, just plays that back to Langley, who just carries it out the pitch a little bit. Now up towards Tinkler, who ball bounces behind him. Can he keep it in? He can. He's on the right-hand touchline. Gives it back to Ollie. Ollie plays it forward to Campbell. Nice movement. He couldn't control it, but it's been put out for a throw next to the corner flag. And just wouldn't sit up there for Campbell, would it, as the ball come through? But lovely movement nonetheless. As Tinkler is going to take this throw. Campbell is trying to show for him, as is Ollie, but Hassani comes across, gets it back to Tinkler. To Magnay down the line, plays it to Campbell. All on the right-hand side of the pitch. Campbell plays it inside to Bailey. Bailey plays it back in the centre circle. Now Magnay can play it to Tinkler on the right-hand side. He's got space to carry the ball forward. Plays it inside to Campbell. Campbell's touch was good. Goes for a shot deflection, but it didn't really have much power on it, and it was easy for McDonald to pluck out the air.
It's a good start from the boys.
And we're seeing the front three moving about nicely there, finding pockets. As McDonald kicks the ball out of his hands from the edge of the box, and that's a long punt all the way through, and Langley just has to come back. Was that kept in? It was. It's on the far side. Hill has the ball. He's still going with it, and Good for a corner. Linesman referee make the mind up eventually. It's a corner to Eastleigh.
If we don't get the distances right with that goal kick, it's something that could cause us some problems. That is a long kick.
I would say, yeah. And against the wind as well, should I say.
Yeah.
It is breezy here. Not overly strong, but the wind does swirl around Gateshead Stadium. And Eastleigh, they're a big side. Most of the sides are at this level. All in and around the 6-yard box. In comes the delivery now. Langley plucks it out the air, does very well. And when we talk about his height, and we've talked about him, learn to play out from the back, but, them extra inches in them arms and legs are invaluable in circumstances like that, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. As a forward, and especially I know the defenders, when he comes out and he grabs the ball like that, it fills them with so much more confidence.
Hassani tried to play it forward there. Now Eastleigh try and break on the attack now with Abrams on the right-hand side. He does have Pye for company. Pye sticking with him, but Abrams is still going, and he's going to let that go out for a corner there.
He's done well there.
Good cover and play from Pye. That's the first time we've seen Eastleigh open up with Abrams. We've seen Hill go down the right-hand side, but Tristan Abrams has got a bit of pace himself. As Corey Panther goes over to take this one. All the big men up again, in and around the penalty spot and 6-yard box. This one comes in tight towards the goalkeeper, and it's going to go past, and confusion at the back, and Langley manages just to palm it away. It's still not clear yet. The referee gives a free kick to Gateshead, but that was scrappy to say none the least, wasn't it, Aaron?
Yeah, I think the wind got a hold of that, and it was swirling at the back post.
And there were so many bodies in there as well.
Yeah, we're very lucky that didn't go in there, but Dan put his body on the line there and made a good save.
Wow. Magny and one of the Eastleigh players getting a little talking to there. Wasn't fisticuffs, but competitive to say the least. As Gateshead looked to play out the back, and Danny Whitehall is inside the box. Now Gateshead underway with the ball at Langley's feet. Trots forward to the edge of his box. It's outside the box of it now. Looks to pick out the run of one of his players, but there isn't much movement. Now he tries to ping it over towards Ollie, who's in acres of space. Brings the ball down. Turns. Plays it back down the line to Magny. And Magny in turn back to Langley, who's outside his box. He's under pressure from Hill, but he can play the ball to Hassani. The ball pinged off Hassani's feet, but he can pick it back up there, as the control wasn't great from the Eastleigh midfield. But now Gateshead on the attack through Campbell, right in the centre of the pitch, inside their half. Plays it across towards Hassani on the edge of the box. Ollie goes for a curling shot. It was on target, but as I say, I thought the man, Tinkler, he was in acres of space on the right-hand side.
Yeah,
easy to say in hindsight.
Yeah, it is. I did think we were going to play the extra pass there. Not sure if that was a cross last shot from Ollie there. Seemed to get his foot really around it. I thought he was going to looking for someone to get a toe on it.
Be interesting to see. I mean, we talk about the wind. It is swirling round. I can see the corner flags behind that on that side of that goal are leaning over towards the other end of the pitch. But I don't think the wind had much to do with that one. But a swirling cross is going to be dangerous for that keeper in these conditions.
Yeah, I was on the pitch earlier myself, and it's surprising how quick the ball comes into you when the wind's behind it.
Yeah.
It just seems to just zip and pop up, so that'll make it interesting with the conditions.
It certainly is. If y'all just joining us, we're into the 9th minute here. 0-0, Gateshead International Stadium. Gateshead versus Eastleigh, National League North action. Thank you for joining us, as Gateshead have started okay in this one. But now Dan Ward drives down the left-hand side with the ball. He needs some bodies in the box. He cuts inside, edge of the box. Can he still go? Lays it off to Ollie, but the ball was just too heavy. But Gateshead managed to pick it up in defence just as well. Danny Whitehall has went down. It was a high foot from Robbie Tinkler, but he went down before the ball was actually, before there was any contact, if there was any. A little bit of gamesmanship there from Whitehall.
Yeah, I don't think there was any contact there.
No.
But understandable why the referees stopped the game.
You can see why there was going to be a high foot there,
Yeah.
but the writhing on the floor is a little bit extreme for the circumstances. And the Gateshead bench aren't exactly happy with the display they've seen either.
It's not for my taste personally.
No. The fourth official just talks with Rob Elliott there. I don't think anyone in the ground would have said it wasn't a free kick. I think it was just the theatrics that riled people up. But Gateshead have a high line of defence here from this free kick. It's about 10, 15 yards inside their own half. But Gateshead, good 35-yard out defensive line. Ball goes over the top. They're looking for the runner. It's going out to the far side. And can Charlie Carter keep it in? He can. Crosses it in. It's as good as a corner. Whitehall was up there. And his head went, well, his headed shot has went over the bar. Great cross in, though, by Charlie Carter, though, to control it and turn and get it in that quick.
It was a good cross. Had he been able to put that on target, it could have easily been a goal.
Gateshead, familiar style, playing out from the back. And not under any pressure here is Langley, can just calmly walk out the box with the ball at his feet. Plays it to Magny. Magny gets it to Tinkler, who back heels it down the line. Campbell goes to chase it down. Blackett goes down to get the ball. And nearly forcing on an error from the defence as the ball is played over the top there. And it is Abrams who's timed his run well. He's had to hold it up and bring it back. Hill tries to play it across. Hassani blocked it, and Tinkler can clear the ball in turn, but it's going to fall to Langston, who plays it down the line. Now, McKieran. You say they're not too bad on the ball themselves, but that ball wasn't the greatest forward, and Pye can clear that up the pitch, and the ball has went up in the air. A little bit scrappy at the moment. Eastleigh tried to play the ball over the top, and that's too much on for Abrams all the way through to Langley. It's a name from the past. Don't know how I got that one in there. I don't know about you, Aaron, but I quite like the fact that they're not closing Dan Langley down here.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going for more of a counter-attack approach. We knew that they would put the ball forward.
I mean, he's 40 yards out here now, bang centre of the pitch, and there isn't anyone coming towards him. He's just been able to march it up slowly. He's still touching it, still going. Now he pings the ball up, looking for Tinkler. Can Tinkler win the aerial battle? He can. He puts it across. Campbell brings it down. Oh, the touch is going to be. He's still up, though, on his feet. Was there a foul? No, referee lets it go, but the clearance falls to Magny. Now played inside from Ollie, but Campbell couldn't get there. And now it's a foot race from the defence as Pye tries to chest it down. Whitehall comes behind and fouls Pye. And it's a little bit cynical, that one there. But it's free kick to Gateshead nonetheless. He's definitely come with a tactic today, as Whitehall. I don't think you'll find this. He's come as the antagoniser, really, hasn't he?
Yeah.
he's up there to cause bother.
I think they will try to get the joy in behind. Maybe that's why they're reserving their energy and not pressing down.
Yeah.
Or they're showing us, big respect because they've seen how good we are going forward.
Well, we talked about how Gateshead broke from goalkeeper to attack last weekend, and Abram and Magny both go down in a heap there. Magny wins the follow-up header. Tinkler picks up the ball, dances past two players, but couldn't find the grey shirt. Now Abrams has the ball, plays it inside, and then comes a tackle there from Bailey. Now Gateshead on the attack. Oh, the ball just pinged off, but fell back to a Gateshead shirt. Hassani now has Dan Ward, whose first touch was good, got it out to Daly on the far side. Gateshead get the ball back under control and build from the back again as it's back with Magny inside his own half. Carries it over the halfway line. Plays it right
Good
through
pass.
the centre to Hassani. Good turn with the ball. You see Dan Ward. Oh, just wouldn't sit up for him, and it's going to be cleared by Eastleigh. And Abrams gets past Pye, but he has to.
Just got the wrong side of him.
Yeah, he just had to turn himself there, and good stuff from Gateshead to win it back, and a foul given on Abrams there after he played the ball.
I think he'll be a test for young Ethan today.
Yeah,
They'll get a lot of experience from this game playing against him.
so he used his experience to get on the wrong side of him there, the wrong side for Pye, that is. But they have a free kick here about 15, 20 yards in from the halfway line, level off the edge of the centre circle. Played down the line. Abrams now, right hand side of the box, tries to cut back across.
Tackle.
And
Very good tackle.
that man we're talking about there, Pye, he was there to block it. Couldn't ask anything more of the young defender on loan from Stockport County this season. There's Corey Panther, which I hope that is his right name. If there isn't, there's been a few spelling mistakes on these team sheets this year, unless it's Painter, but Panther is going to take it in here. This corner from the far side. It's going to come in close towards the 6-yard box, headed in, now cleared by Gateshead. Not fully yet, though. It's still in the box. As a turn now is shot off and cleared by Magnay. Bailey manages to head the ball further clear, but it's going to come right back up towards the Gateshead defence, and Langley comes through to the edge of his box to claim that one.
Do seem to be causing us some problems with them set pieces.
Yeah,
Corners.
they're getting very tight as well, and the deliveries have been absolutely spot on each time as well, haven't they?
Yeah, and we've not been able to just clear it first time, so it's just sitting in the box. So you know, it's kind of a bit of a scrap when it's in there. If anyone gets a toe on it, or could he, you know,
anything can happen, can't it, in that
Anything can
6-yard box? But Campbell has the ball left hand side of the pitch, dinks the ball over the top for the run of Blackett, and just too much on it and bounces out for a goal kick. And that's the first time we've really tried to exploit the pace of Blackett so far in this game. And as you mentioned before, maybe they watched last week and they are nullifying that bit of our arsenal at the moment, aren't they?
yeah.
Panther is correct. Thank you very much, Steve, for sending in your message. Everyone, I will get through to the messages to put them up when there's a decent break in play. We don't want to miss anything as we are going along there. And I'd say there's about maybe 20 to 30 Eastleigh fans who have made the trip on the far side as the ball's played forward but cleared by the Eastleigh defence. And Whitehall wins the header, but Gator can play it along. Oh, nice work from Daly, gets it to Tinkler. Tinkler goes for the first time ball. Blackett managed to chest it down, but it couldn't steer towards him. Now it's going up. Oh, thankfully, Tinkler was there to mop up as the outstretched leg of Magnay to try and get the ball. Didn't get there, and Tinkler wasn't there. Abrams was just in behind, but Langley, as he has done about 5 or 6 times so far in the game so far, in the 18th minute, he just walks out with the ball.
Well, you know, the distance to allowing him to go, he could actually have a shot with how big his kicks are.
It's Tinkler. Does he keep the ball in? He does, but now Gateshead on the defence is nice, lovely touch from Magnay there as Bailey collects the ball. Pye gives it to Daly. Oh, and Daly's ball wasn't the greatest. Whitehall was there, and Gateshead managed to just mop up there. And the two youngsters on loan at the club there just need to stay a little bit more switched on. I have 2 experienced players in and around them there waiting for such a ball. Through in just inside the Gateshead half on the far side. As he launches it down there, Whitehall tries to get there. Pye can clear the ball internal right up towards Blackett, who's tussling there, but Dan Ward, judged to have fouled the player next to him there. Free kick just inside the Eastleigh half, right hand side of the pitch. Well, at the moment, Gateshead can have little to complain about, really. Game hasn't really come to life, though, has it?
No, the first 5-10 minutes seemed to be quite a quick start, and it seemed to just slow down a
Whitehall,
little bit
yeah,
now.
they got the ball shot off, and it's in the back of the net. Whitehall nodded the ball down, and Ryan Hill was there on the edge of the 6-yard box to put that in the back of the net. And Eastleigh, well, they say they got the ball into the right area, and Gateshead didn't deal with it in defence. It's 20 minutes gone. It's Gateshead 0, Eastleigh 1. Well, Danny Whitehall nodded it down into space there, and it was a relatively easy finish for Ryan Hill in the end.
Yeah, he had a lot of time to say the ball's bounced in our box when he's run onto it, to be able to execute the shot. I just wonder, watching it back, if Dan pauses when he comes out.
It was a lot of space, wasn't it?
I think if he carries on coming for the ball, it's not as easy a chance as it turns out to be. Maybe he gets to it, but that's something to look back in the video.
Well, we don't have the benefit of replays, but Eastleigh, they've bided their time and carved out a chance that's got them the lead here at Gateshead International Stadium. We've got a message here from Steve Smallwood. Great to hear Hill on the score sheet. Doesn't score enough. There was actually another one here. Has Aaron Martin Gateshead ever played against Eastdale's namesake?
No, never played against Eastdale before.
Well, Gateshead on the attack now as Tinkler has the ball on the right-hand side of the box, plays it inside to Ward. Ward gives it back to Tinkler. Eastleigh back in numbers to defend here as Ward plays it across, and can Hassani get there, and it's going to be cleared by Rutherford, who brought the ball out and now played inside.
He's done well there.
Did very well, Rutherford. Showed a good turn of foot as Hill plays it out to Rutherford on the right-hand side. It's going to cross this one in towards Abrams, but Magnay's there just to scoop it clear, but only as far as Eastleigh as Rutherford now has the ball right-hand side of the box. He's twisting and turning, tries to get a cross in, comes off Daly for a throw-in on the far side, and that goal has sparked Eastleigh into life somewhat.
Yeah, they've definitely got some momentum off the goal now. You can see they're trying to go in for the kill, and the next 10 minutes, I think it's going to be critical for the game, because if they get another one, then it's it could be potentially a long game. I think we need to settle down, get back to how we want to play, and get the attackers going. I don't think we've played enough in their half, but moving forward.
Gateshead have managed to clear a ball. Rutherford back on the attack, drives into the box, and Whitehall puts it out to the far side. Now it's going to be back to Whitehall. Can he get a cross in? He can. It's in there. Headed clear, though, by Pye. And Gateshead just having to withstand the storm here at the moment. There's been a few wave after wave of attack here from Eastleigh. And
you see that passage of play there for us, defending, it seems very passive.
Yeah. It's
that's not us at all. We're all about intensity, and that defending there was too passive.
Rutherford there with another fine. Oh, great cross down at the dead ball line there, and Langley just next to his crossbar. It fumbled it over the bar, really. I think it's the best way to describe that. And as a Gateshead fan, just looks a little bit shaky at the back at the moment.
I think, yeah, this is where some of the young lads, I think the experience comes in to be able to just settle down after a goal and be able to continue playing how you the game plan, because we do seem very on edge at the minute, a little bit. A little bit nervous.
They went for a different delivery there, but they still have the ball as Hill goes for a shot, deflects off his own player, offside flag comes up, and just shows you when things aren't going your way, even the passes that go skew with was still falling to a blue shirt. But Gateshead can try and build now. Ball over the top. Blackett, he's onside, but he needs some support. He's down here on the right-hand side, gets it to Tinkler. Tinkler plays it inside to Ollie.
There's a lot of
blue shirts. There was nobody to pick out. I mean, Dan Ward was there. It fell to Daly, who goes for a shot and into the goalkeeper's arms. But that was the most apparent thing when that ball came into the middle. There was just 7 blue shirts.
Yeah. I think they've definitely done the research on us. They They was back very quick there. So we weren't able to play through the middle. There must have been 6-7 shirts, like you said, back there defending.
Well, so with Gateshead are going to have to find some answers to try and unlock this defence, because also see some questions to unlock this defence, because they're just not fine at the moment. We're not utilising the way we normally play, but that could be down to Eastleigh doing the homework. They are stagnating our balls through to Blackett, and he does look very isolated in the last 10 minutes when we do try and get the ball forward. But can Gateshead adapt and overcome as Ollie has the ball? Plays it inside to Campbell. This is better if he plays it in through. Oh, lovely ball. Offside flag comes up, and Blackett did go across goal, but it was saved. Not that it would have made any difference, but that's better. That's the way we need to.
That's definitely the best move we've done so far in this game.
Big thank you to Sam Brogans Jr. Let's go Spits. Greetings from Oregon. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Be quite early in the morning there, I think. And Portland's on the other side of America, isn't it? I think so, if my geography's right. But Langley quickly distributes the ball to Tinkler. Gateshead with a little bit more urgency in the players. Hill falls over in midfield. Gateshead play the ball out. Oh, and the ball nearly got through to Ollie, but Michael Kelly was there to intercept. And Gateshead is... well, ball was there to be won. And, well, Blackett was upended. Referee said no, and then an Eastleigh player went down in similar fashion. Free kick to Eastleigh. Well, you can't complain when there's little ones like that go against you, because it could have easily went the other way. But nice to see a little bit of fight coming from the attack as well, to come back and try and get involved. Yeah,
I feel like when coming into this game now, it seems like there's been a little bit of a spark in us. Especially pressing from the front as soon as they get a touch of the ball, they seem a bit more reactive.
Well, Rutherford brought the ball down on the far side. He's on the right-hand side of the box. He's twisting and turning. He's really come to life in the last 10 minutes as Rutherford. He turns round his man and gets across into the box there. And, he's absolutely he's like a Jack Russell. He kind of get him over. His centre of gravity, the way he's turning with the ball there was fantastic. And yet another... Is this it's a throw-in this time to Eastleigh. And, the throw-ins have been just as dangerous as corners so far. Although is it a corner? It is a corner, isn't it? Yeah, it is, yeah. Apologies, listeners.
See, this is where I think they've been really dangerous from the corners.
Yeah, the deliveries have been absolutely spot on. We haven't seen a ball that one where they went across the grass to the corner of the box. They've all been pinpoint into the 6-yard box.
They are a big team, as you expect in this league as well. So they do pose a threat area. In comes
a delivery, and Langley has to fist that one clear. Campbell heads it to get it clear, and now Blackett can clear it, but there's nobody up there, and Gateshead need to push their defence out, and they have. They've won a very high line. Good defending from Gateshead as the ball comes back up, intercepted in midfield by Bailey, but he couldn't control it. Was he fouled? Manages to get a foot to it, and Gateshead on the attack now, but there's 4 or 5 shirts there that Campbell ran into, but the ball falls to a Gateshead shirt in Daly on the far side. Plays it inside to Bailey. And we're just seeing Eastleigh get into a good defensive shape, but Gateshead trying to break it down now through Ward, left-hand side of the pitch. Ollie first touch to Daly. Daly, can he cross this in at the dead ball lane? Crosses it in, way too hot. Much pace on it, and behind it went for a goal kick. But that's the first time we've really used the left-hand side of the pitch. Nelly Everings came down the right-hand so far in this first half. And 29 minutes gone. If you're just joining us, you'll be able to see on the screen, it is Eastleigh 1, Gateshead 0. And it was Ryan Hill that slotted into the back of the net after Whitehall had nodded it down in the area. And I'd imagine Ian Watson and Mike Williamson won't have been too happy with the defending on that one, but we learn and move forward as Eastleigh headed the ball forward, where Gateshead can mop up in defence, and now Magnay carries the ball forward, plays it through the centre to Campbell, who's in the centre circle, plays it out to the left-hand side. That's lovely stuff. Down Ward brings it down. Can he get past his man? Cuts inside of it himself, plays it across to Ollie. right-hand side of the box, back across the left-hand side of the pitch. Gateshead moving the ball well, but can they carve something open? Tinkler downwards, finds himself on the right-hand side, crosses it in. Blackett was coming in, but defender puts it out for a corner. That's what we want to see. That was good movement.
You know, time after time, you see Adam Campbell getting into those pockets, and he's a real threat for us when he does that.
Well,
he's probably one of our.
Campbell takes the ball. He's in the box, plays it across now, shot off, and it's going to come out to Ollie, the deflected. Can he cross this ball in? Right-hand side of the box, in it goes, just too high and over the top, and out it goes for a throw-in on the far side. But that build-up of play that led to the corner, we moved the ball from right to left with ease there. And the Eastleigh defence was they just stood still. Look, they didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I think that's something we've worked on in trying to get the space to be able to go forward and get down the sides. Like Wardy was able to put the ball in there. That's something we've been working on, moving the ball right to left quickly to be able to create that space. But I think Mags are a bit shocked there that he was able to get into that position. He's not usually up there.
Well, I think it was the anniversary of his 40-yard screamer this past week. I've seen on social media. Not that he talks about it much. As Magny receives the ball now. It's back to Langley, who outside his box just puts his foot on the ball. Now moves forward. Now goes to pick out the run of Tinkler. Tinkler gets in there. Didn't win the header, but the ball... judged to have fouled Michael Kelly there. Tinkler. Seemed a bit of a soft one.
Yeah, again, they're allowing Dan to move into a lot of space up the field. 35, 40 yards are allowing him to stroll out with the ball.
I mean, they must have a fair bit of confidence in Michael Kelly. He looks a decent player from what we've seen so far, but we've seen a lot this season where Tinkler, when he wins them headers from the right-hand side and puts them into the centre, we can create a lot of chances that way, and they're letting us try to do that over and over. As Bailey wins the header, goes up in the air, nodded across, but Daly plays it back to Langley. Langley just going to come out the box with the ball at his feet again. There you go. He's looking to pick out Tinkler. Here comes the ball again that we were talking about moments ago. Tinkler wins the header, puts it into the centre. The ball falls to Ward, though. Ward can get past his man. Goes for the shot. Oh, straight at the keeper. And that was exactly what we're talking about. That's the move that we're very dangerous at doing. Normally the commentator's curse goes the other way. It normally never happens. Half sounded like I knew what I was talking about there.
Next time, chuck in a goal.
That's what I'll do. I'll put it that way. But either side of the goalkeeper there, I think he might have been struggling. But the ball through there, we've seen that kick that early on that they haven't really utilised themselves. Bailey clears the ball over the halfway line. Blackett trying to win the ball. Ollie picks it up midfield. Dan Ward sprints out to the left-hand side to get it. Just turns and he's going to play this back to Pye. Pye under pressure just plays it back to Langley. Well, it's took about 10 minutes for Gateshead to get back in the rhythm since that goal, but we're starting to look like the side we know we can be as the ball comes out to Tinkler, but way too much on it and out it goes. And a special mention to the ball girls today from the Gateshead Academy under 15s, doing a fine job. If you're going to be a ball boy or ball girl, this is the weather to do it in. December and January is not the greatest to be sitting out there on the track as the ball played forward by Campbell and Blackett's got in front of Panther. Now Campbell has the ball, plays it inside, falls to Tinkler after a deflection. Back to Campbell. Campbell plays it inside to Ward. That's lovely movement. The ball just headed away from above him there.
Then he covered it.
Abrams and Pye did have a hold of the shirt if he had it removed there.
Yeah.
Got away with that one. And Pye, don't know if you just noticed there, Aaron, he's got a little bit of a limp there. Let's hope he can run that off.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a tangle of legs there.
He's still... Yeah, he's trying to see if he can run it off. but he doesn't look the most comfortable as the ball goes up towards Tinkler. The ball goes right through.
If it does have to come off, it'd be an interesting change.
Well,
we
I
do
think
have Owen Gallagher on the bench.
Yeah, well, we've got a player
left back.
We've got a player down for Eastleigh here at the moment, and it does look as if Pye is uncomfortable. He's coming over to the bench, and well, I'll say looking at the bench, you would say Owen Gallagher, of course, can play left back, and you may push Daly in. But on the other hand, you might see Owen Bailey drop back in defence, which he did a couple of times last season as well. So there's options there, but fingers crossed there isn't an injury to force that. But
it could be Bailey going into centre back and Camille makes his debut.
Well, at the moment, Pye isn't seeking any treatment or anything there. He's just taking water on board, so hopefully he can run it off. But players taking this break in play to take on some water. I didn't actually see what happened to the... Oh, he's going to have to come off. This is, I think it's Aaron Martin, isn't it? Your namesake, is it not?
No. Aaron Martin's just there, the captain. I can see the armband.
Oh, yeah. Was it Panther? We'll get that. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's Panther. Didn't see what happened to him. I don't know if he's slipped or went in for a tackle, but I didn't see what led to his injury. But it does look like Panther will be forced to leave play early. And Gateshead fans probably not that too disappointed about that, because his deliveries from them corners were absolutely perfection each time.
Yeah, was causing us problems. I don't know if we've got anyone else who can deliver a ball like that.
Well, Hill puts the ball clear up the pitch towards Langley, who will...
Hopefully that might disrupt their momentum a little bit.
Yeah. As, the
down.
Goalkeeper's down now, and I don't know if they do have a sub-keeper on the bench, but he's holding his lower back. Do you think did he pull that from the free kick, do you think?
Don't know. He was quickly after.
Yeah, he's went down pretty sharp there, didn't he? So, and he's holding his back. It's a physio trots over. Well, from looking like a Gateshead player we thought might be coming off, it could be two Eastleigh players in quick succession. 37 minutes gone. There's going to be a few stoppages here at the end. We'll take this moment in play just to bring up some some live scores at the moment. It hasn't refreshed. 1 second. I'll take that off. I'll get it to come on. There we go. Now they're there. I can go through them. I can't bring them up on screen, but Aldershot are winning 1-0 at home to Wealdstone. Barnet York, they've only played 7 minutes, a late kickoff there by the looks of it. Chesterfield 0, Maidenhead 0. Dorking 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 0. Halifax 0, Woking 2. Of course, the game here 1-0 to Eastleigh. It is 0-0 between Altrincham, Notts County and Altrincham, should I say. Oldham are winning 1-0 at home to Wrexham. There's a turn up for the books at the moment. Solihull 0, Bromley 1. And Southend look like they are about to take the lead to 10 men. Let's have a look. 10 men. Yeovil, and it is 1-0 to Torquay at home to Scunthorpe. So that is how we stand at the minute. Keeper is back up, and we're about to get back underway here. Gates are going to have a drop ball, and let's see it. That's it, updated with the scores, and Southend have took the lead.
Looks like Jake Hesketh has just come on there for Corey Panther.
Leading the pitch, number 19, Corey Panther, replaced by number 10, Jake Hesketh.
Yeah, so Hesketh is on. Sure, he used to be on the books of Southampton at one time many moons ago, as Campbell got the ball to Blackett, who did well, holds it up, plays it off to Ollie. Ollie out to the Daly, now with Dan Ward. Dan Ward plays it inside to Hassani. Hassani plays the ball to Campbell, lays it off. Oh, lovely stuff from Gateshead. Just couldn't get the final touch when Ward was running into the box. It was cleared, but it's back in possession with Gateshead all the way back to Magny. Well, if there is to be any more problems, he looks all right at the moment, Joe McDonnell. Apparently, before the game, Ross Finley came on to the bench, who was a sub-goalkeeper, but he only came on because of the result of that injury in the warm-up. So fortunate they have got one if they need to bring one on. But at the moment, McDonald looks okay. And Gateshead now build from the back again as Bailey plays it back to Pye. Now across to Magnay. Plays ball over top. Oh, he's in space as well, was Adam Campbell, but intercepted and played forward as the ball hits Magnay in the back of the back there. And he wasn't expecting that. He thought he was in a foot race to catch the ball.
I'll remind him of that one later.
Yeah, please do. As the ball goes over there and McDonald comes out and catches that with no bother, no physical effect by the looks of it. Be interesting to see how at half time, once he stops moving, how that back holds up.
Yeah, it may be from when he's kicking the ball, where he's feeling it, because that's what seemed to be the reason we went down last time.
He did Archie's back there after he kicked that one. Hassani, nice control, gets the ball forward, and Campbell's ball to Daly was just too heavy, and out it goes for a throw on the far side. Big thank you to all the Eastleigh fans that have tuned in this afternoon. It's always a pleasure when we get away fans tuning in. As the ball comes through to Abrams on the far side. Right-hand side of the box. Plays it back to Hill. Hill puts a curling ball in there. Tinkler heads it clear. Ward adjusts his run but couldn't get onto it. And the ball forward from Eastleigh goes out for a throw here on our left-hand side as Tinkler quickly comes across, takes it, gets the ball back from Ollie. And Magnay now can play it to Langley, who can pass it back. Can Gateshead pull something back before the half-time break? Ryan Hill goal separates the sides here at Gateshead International Stadium. As Hassani gets it in the centre circle. He was closed down quickly, and now Whitehall can break with the ball. And the ball on the far side, he's going to get it to Hill, the goal scorer. Can he cross it across? He can, but, well...
I think Ethan's done very well there to take the pace off the ball for it to stop it from going to the back post there, because Abraham's had a tap him.
Certainly has, and well, Eastleigh, I thought, had temporarily mucked it up a little bit there, but they carried on the attack down the right-hand side, and ball being pulled back here for a free kick to Gateshead. Oh no, the linesman's down. The linesman's injured now. We're getting injuries all over the place. Out. They are. Wow. Well, we do have a fourth official here in the National League, who is just down in front of us, below the dugouts here. And well, we'll just take a little moment here to see if we've seen any new messages. Let's see if we've got any more. 1 second. Missing key player Vincent Harper today, so Michael Kelly is playing instead. Thank you for Michael Kelly's had a decent game so far. As you can see on the camera, a lot of people taking this little break and play to get ahead of the queue for a half-time pint and pie. And, well, let's see, we've had a few breaks here. I'd imagine we've still probably got about 5 minutes to play at the moment.
Yeah, I think there'll be a fair bit of play with injury time.
Wow.
Could be 4 or 5 minutes at this rate.
It looks that way.
Might need a stretcher for the linesman. He's laid down.
Yeah, he doesn't look good yet, does he? Don't know if it's Matt Sowerby or Michael Johnson that's down, but it does look like Zach Kennard Kettle is getting stripped here in front of us. He's having real trouble getting his pants off over his boots at the moment. Wow. I wasn't expecting so many injuries in the first half at the moment. There's been quite a few players down.
No, rare that you see linesman get subbed.
It is. He looks in some discomfort as well, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's an official from both sub benches over there on the medical teams. As Eastleigh are going to take this moment to warm up with a ball. He's up on his feet, the linesman. Yeah, I don't think he's going to continue here. As well, I don't mean to be a stickler for the rules, but letter of the law, you should walk around the pitch, surely.
Yeah.
Yes, he's moving back. I think he's been reminded of that. So, yeah, the linesman is going to have to walk all the way around. The referee's assistant, should we say. Hopefully it's nothing too bad, but he's walking a little bit gingerly around there. And we should be back underway momentarily.
He's getting a little bit of a taste of what the players get.
Yeah.
And they come off walking around the pitch with a bad leg.
Well,
it does look in discomfort.
It does. Well, that is the allotted time up here. That surely there's going to be 4 or 5 minutes, maybe even a little bit more with the injuries and substitutions. So
only if that's a bad area around there, because that's exactly where I did my hamstring.
That's the tough part of the pitch. We'll have to get on to the groundsman. Well, 7 minutes. There we go. 7 minutes added on. I think it's about right. I think we had the stoppages for the players that were injured and the substitution. We've been stopped here for quite some time.
I think the longest has been the linesman.
Let's see if he gets a round of applause when he gets in front of the dugout. In front of the stand, should I say, as Gateshead back underway here. And now Pye can carry the ball forward.
Seems to be moving a lot better.
Yeah. As the ball played across the Tinkler, he's in
Great
acres
ball,
of space.
first one.
Oh, lovely touch. He's managed to get it down, but he's quickly marked, lays it off to Campbell. Campbell's dinked the ball. It's deep, and well, Ward was there, but the keeper was always going to win that one. I'm going to play that. I see a lot of it. I don't think many people. Just confirmation of 7 minutes there. I mean, last weekend there was some great performances. Last week, of course, Ollie got man of the match, but a lot of people were very happy to see Dan Ward get on the score sheet as well. And his all-round performance last week was great in front of the TV cameras.
Yeah, I thought he was very good. He was my man of the match last week. He's someone, he gets the ball and he just drives forward constantly. He's always trying to break lines and get through the defense. And the amount of running he does each game is just it's a real attribute to have on the team. He's someone who works that hard and does that much running. The ground that he covers, pressing, carrying the ball forward. It's just a really good player to play alongside with.
Well, we've got the ball pumped over the top now by Gateshead. And the ball's been put out by Martin on the far side. And you got a gentle round of applause there. Yeah. Gateshead with a throw. Hassani has to play it back. Across the defence to Magne. Tinkler plays it back to Magne again. And Eastleigh, they've held their shape really well, haven't they, throughout all the time when Gateshead trying to break them down.
Yeah, they've got 2 strong banks of 4 that they sit back into when we're
Hill closed down the pass there, but the ball falls back to Gateshead. Now Hassani has the ball again, out to Daly, who tries to open up on the left-hand side, has to check his run. Bailey's on the inside, but he's going to be closed down. Ollie nods the ball forward to Campbell, but just intercepted there by Hesketh. And the free kick given to Eastleigh. Well,
it's went
a little bit flat, hasn't it, with the crowd as well. I think the stoppages took a fair bit out of the game at the moment. But we've probably got about 3-4 minutes left here. Still enough time for either side to carve out a chance. There's the ball now. Free kick taken. Far side nodded in by Hill. Abrams tries to get in front of Bailey. Bailey does well. Puts it out play for a throw on the far side, level with the corner of the box. And Eastleigh, we know they can throw a decent ball into the box here. What can they do here? But they're not committing as many men forward. they have done in previous set pieces. There's a few players starting to venture into the box now. As Rutherford now launches the ball in, doesn't get as much leverage, but it's headed back into the box. Gateshead still haven't got the ball clear. That's poor. Now the shot off, and well, it was always rising when it left his boot from Hill's boot. I think it was Hill there, and well, goal kick to Gateshead, but Gateshead just didn't clear the lines well enough there. But Magnier brings the ball forward. Out to Tinkler on the right-hand side, back to Magnier. Ollie. Now Bailey pings the ball out to Daly on the far left-hand side. Crosses up dangerous. Oh, cross comes shot there. Didn't dip far enough behind for a goal kick. And I think when the half-time whistle comes, I think Mike and Ian will just settle the boys down and try and get them back into the rhythm when they come back out for the second half, because at times we've been guilty of maybe not playing our game. Yeah,
no, I also think he'll want a bit more from the lads as well. I think he knows that there's more. We can be a bit more intense, maybe a bit quicker when we're breaking to enable that extra yard of space when we're on the attack, especially like going wide when it comes to Tinkler.
Yeah, and we need to utilise the pace of Paul Blackett as well, because I mean, just for instance, there, I mean, we did well to get a throw in, but he had 4 blue shirts around him, and we can't be pinging the ball over the top to a little man like that and expect him to win the aerial battles.
Well, that's where we need to move the ball quick, so they're not able to get into them 2 banks. Because they're just happy to sit in and want us to try to play through them and break them down, which is obviously, if any team does it, it's a hard job to do, to be able to get through and get a goal. You have to be playing really good football, and obviously getting Blackett on the ball, we want to be able to put the ball over the top and for him to get in behind, and that's what he wants to do.
Well, Magnier was out, and now Abrams one-on-one with the keeper. Can he get a shot off? He can. Good save by Langley. Made himself big. Need to clear the ball in the half. And, there's an Eastleigh player down on the pitch at the moment. It isn't a head injury. You've got to carry on playing. And Gateshead now get the ball moving forward. He's back up on his feet, the Eastleigh player, as Tinkler has the ball just on the halfway line.
I don't think the Eastleigh management are too happy that the ball didn't get kicked out of play there.
Well, ball goes out. Well, letter of the Lord is a head injury that has to go out for. Wasn't directly affecting play where he was when the ball was in play, but it is Charlie Carter. It was a hell of a collision with Magnier, in fairness. He was clattered, and the referee let it play on. Hopefully the referee's kind of not going to pull it back and book Magnier for that. I think it'd be harsh if it was. But Charlie Carter, I think, if anything, he might have a dead leg there. His thumbs up, he's all right. From the physio to the bench. I think especially with half-time just moments away. I'm not going to risk a substitution yet. They'll assess him in the dressing room. Well, Charlie Carter starts to slowly walk over towards the bench here when we're going to get back underway. Well, I think half-time will come at the right time for Gateshead to be able to reassess and come back out for the second half here at Gateshead. But we're still playing. We've had a fair amount of stoppages even in injury time as Charlie Carter comes back onto the pitch. Abrams twisting and turning, tries to get past 2 men, and he gets a free kick for his troubles. Hard to see from here, but he was spinning on the ball there. He's really been a handful this afternoon, Abrams, whether it's been his strength or his pace. He's put the midfield and defenders to task, hasn't he, so far?
Yeah, he's done well to stretch our defenders out by making that run in behind. which is, give them something to think about at times. It's been a tussle between him and Ethan at the back. I'm sure Abrahams will fancy himself one-on-one.
Well, throw in taken here on the left-hand side. Tinkler wins the header, and there is the half-time whistle. I'll turn the camera onto the pitch as the players leave the pitch. It is 1-0 to Eastleigh here through Ryan Hill goal, and I'm sure Mike Williamson and Ian Watson will be looking forward to getting the lads in the dressing room to assess and get a game plan in action for the second half. But we will be back very soon. We are going to play just a video of what the Heat Army podcast is normally like. We are back, I think, Monday night this week. We're going to do a show in between this game and the Altrincham game, as the referee is getting a little bit of abuse from the home fans. We will be back very, very soon. But if you haven't seen the Heat Army podcast before, this is what it's normally like. And please join us on Monday night. Yes, always give the podcast one more share. We're joined by our guest, Paul. How are you doing, Paul?
Evening, chaps. You all right?
Yeah, fantastic. Can you hear us all right?
Yeah, all good. Yeah.
Oh, good. You always fear when we have a guest come on. Sometimes the link isn't the greatest, but
it's nice to see a fella Baldy come. Look at that. Get in. You're like me. You got more hair on your chin than on your head.
They say I should turn my head upside down.
Yeah. I've been told that a few times, to be fair, Paul.
You've been told to have your head a shake, Mickey. Paul, obviously we've got the game coming up on Saturday. How's the season started for yourselves?
Unbelievably well, as you sort of alluded to just a few moments ago. Way beyond the expectation, I think, of any Wealdstone fan, especially after seeing pre-season. It was slightly underwhelming. There was, you always get the trialists, and we're never sure who the management team are going to sign on. We lost the 2 or 3 more influential players from last season, where we finished 16th. So unbelievable. 3 wins out of 4. The 3 wins that we have actually got are probably against the 3 stronger teams on paper, having lost to Eastleigh. So listen, we're not silly. We're only a sort of 1 defeat away from possibly a bad run, that sort of thing. But we'll take it. 3 out of 4 and sort of second in the league at this time is unbelievable.
It's not a bad way to start.
You haven't got your championship button up already.
No. Listen, we're very realistic. We punch above our weight. We have done for this is our 3rd season now in the National League, and we survived the first 2. Did very well last season. No, it's 9 points towards safety. I think more than 9 points towards getting in the playoffs in League 2.
Yeah, I think we're probably the same. Just want to get as many points on the board as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. I think when you look at Wealdstone and what may hinder them going forward is the strength and depth in the squad. So if we can pick up as many points as we can whilst we're playing well, and the team are obviously doing very well, you hope you might pick up a few loan deals off the back of that, and let other players want to come and join if we're looking to sign others. So I think strength in depth is going to be probably something that will go against us. So by getting these points on the board is really going to help sort of getting into those stickier, colder, more difficult months in and around and after Christmas.
Definitely, it's always the thing, isn't it? You don't want to get into a bad run of form when it's bad weather and travelling and horrible dark nights. It's never the greatest. But are Wealdstone full time, or used one of the few part time outfits?
No, we have one full time employee at the football club, who is a chap that runs the club on a day-to-day basis on the non-footballing side.
Yeah.
The whole footballing operation is part-time. Our manager, Stuart Maynard, is actually a BT engineer, and he works he doesn't work on a Tuesday because he commits his time to Wealdstone on a Tuesday, and they train on traditionally as they used to non-league on a Tuesday and Thursday. I think the strength and conditioning coach Rachel, she looks after them on a Monday sort of via a Zoom meeting and that sort of thing. So I mean, listen, they're doing extremely well. Gone are the days where you are, as Oldham fans suggested, they're plasterers and plumbers and farmers, but
I think everyone knows about nutrition and fitness now.
Yeah.
It's in general day-to-day life, let alone athletes. And most of these players have been at bigger clubs, haven't they, or been involved at some point. So they look after themselves.
And these lads are footballers. You know, they just happen. I think the biggest thing that we don't get as a football team, as a squad, I guess, is the contact time with the management. You know, not doing 4 or 5 hours a day on the training field. They're doing 4 or 5 hours a week. But you know, they're all. I think we've probably got 2 or 3 that maybe have other jobs, but I think mainly football is their main focus. So we're lucky in that sense. And I guess us and maybe Dorking. I know you mentioned Dorking a moments ago, and Maidenhead could be. They try and cherry pick the best part-time footballers that the country can offer. And we certainly got some in. You know, Jack Cook and Max Kretschmar come in and done extremely well.
Yeah, it's always a challenge. I mean, obviously we're still full time, which I didn't expect when we got demoted, but not by our own doing, of course. But it's one of them leagues where you do notice it is harder to compete against the full time sides, isn't it?
Oh yeah, without that. And the thing was, when we came into it 3 seasons ago, you know, we didn't have the setup we even have now, and it's those small steps to non-national league. Safety and National League status. 3 seasons ago, I mean, we were recruiting lads from the Ryman's Premier Division, some National League South teams. Now we're able to recruit National League standard players, those lads that have experience of the league. And I think that's where the biggest difference has come in the last 3 years is the recruitment, because we've stayed in the league, because we play the type of football and brand of football we do. Everything has helped. Come, you know, be better.
Mm-hmm. Well, just on that, we've got a question. Paul, what are the Wealdstone tactics for coming to the game? I don't know if you want to skip all that away, but do you hold the midfield or do you press up front straight away? What kind of football do Wealdstone play?
No, Wealdstone very much play a possession based game. They play out of the back. They get caught a few times. You know, teams that do press, Eastleigh, I think, very much were one that put the press on, whereas these bigger sort of ex-league teams and the bigger teams tend to sort of sit off and we can play through the lines that little bit. But we certainly do play very, very good possession-based football. We try and get on the front foot, try and load on the wings and out wide. And, you know, sometimes outgun teams. You know, we're not particularly big, we're not particularly aggressive, and you know, there's a lot of people sort of say the National League you need 6 foot giant. You know, you wait till you play Woking. You know, they're about I think the average height is about 6'2", right? So we haven't got that. We got a few bigger lads, but we're quick, small, young, and have a desire to want to sort of get forward and play attacking football.
Well, I think it sounds exactly like with the conversation we had last week. Very similar to what the way Gateshead play, yeah. So
I think it's very much the same. Very much the same. You know, I think that's how we won the National League South a few years ago. That's how Dorking have gone up. So we've got our management team in Stewie and Matt. You know, they've stuck to their principles over the last 1.5-2 years they've been in charge. I don't think they'll ever change. The benefit of that is it's almost like a little bit like academy football. So we've had good experience with loaning academy lads and who've come in, and it's done them the world of good. You know, a few of them are playing in the EFL Cup tonight who were with us last year, because we play a good brand of football, and these non sort of lower league EFL teams want their youngsters to come and play with us. So you should see an attractive game with Wealdstone. It can sometimes be frustrating and boring because they keep the ball that little bit too much if the fans, you know, are being honest at times, but it works. On the whole, it works. And clearly 9 out of 12 points, it's showing that it's working.
Certainly is.
A big shout out today to a big fan of Gateshead. Her name is Darcy Gray. She's here today. Darcy will be 9 next Sunday. So it's happy birthday from all of us at Gateshead. And of course, with lots of...
Well, it's Darcy's 9th birthday. Happy birthday, Darcy. And on the birthday of things, it's Will Harris's birthday today as well. Did you know that? There we go. I'm talking to someone that's next to me. And also, it was Dan Ward's 25th birthday yesterday. So birthday celebrations all around. And, well, we are kicking off late here for the second half because of the injuries, not only to the Eastleigh players, but to the linesmen as well. But there is some games kicked back off in the National League. But this is the half-time scores and current scores as they are. It's Aldershot 1, Wealdstone 0. It is also Barnet 0, York 2, and they're still in their first half, 35 minutes played. It is Chesterfield 0, Maidenhead 1, Dorking 2, 10-man, Dagenham Redbridge 0, Halifax 0, Woking 2, Gateshead 0, Eastleigh 1. Notts County have just let 2 goals in, but it was former Gateshead man Macaulay Langstaff with the double to put them in front before half-time. It's back underway at Oldham. It's Oldham 1, Wrexham 0. It's Solihull 0, Bromley 1, and it is Southend 1, 10-men, Yeovil 0. And if we go a little bit further down, Torquay are winning 1-0 at home to Scunthorpe. So that is how we are at the moment. And we're just waiting for Gateshead to come out for the second half as we wait for Eastleigh as well. If you'd like to send us some messages, we'd love to hear from you. Big thank you to all Eastleigh fans that have tuned in and sent messages. I'll go through the messages now. We've got Mike Phillips as an Eastleigh Ultra, is he? Oh, well, and there's a... Look at that muscle. You can't argue with that. So we've got a couple other messages coming in. Please have the camera this way from now on. We can't. We'd get wrong off BT Sports. I do apologise. But we're trying to, make the commentary a little bit different to the normal ones. And hopefully we sound all right. We aren't not using our normal equipment this week. We're using the same microphones, but a different mixer. And we hope it's coming through loud and clear. I know someone did say Aaron Martin has been coming through a little bit quieter. We do apologise. We'll rectify that for Tuesday night, hopefully, when we are broadcasting for Gateshead versus Altrincham. And we've got Keep It Up Eastleigh. That's from Sam as well, who's listening in from Oregon. And we've got here, put the camera on the other side. Well, we can't, Boiler Sports. We can't. I'm sorry. And someone's put, watch the stream live here. You can't, because that is a spammer account. So, right, we are waiting for the teams to come back out. We'll let you know if there is any changes in for the teams when they come out. Let us know where you're listening from. We'd love to know where we'll put some pins in that mythical map. We know we've got someone listening from Oregon, which is absolutely fantastic. We hope Dean Seaver is listening in from Atlanta, Georgia as well. We know he's a big-time listener. And also as well, Perrin, who often listens in British Columbia, and we know that we have some Australian listeners as well, so please do send them in and well, keep their messages coming, and like and subscribe as well, help us reach more people. We were going to have an Eastleigh fan join us on Thursday night, and we had to cancel the podcast due to, as I say, not feeling too great after a car accident, after a horse box ploughed into the back of my car. So we will be back Monday night, hopefully, all being well. We'll advertise it over the weekend, and you can join us live on the Heat Army podcast. And we'll be looking to get an Eastleigh fan, an Altrincham fan on with us as well. But you can see on the screen there, Gateshead are back out onto the pitch, and we await Eastleigh to follow them out the tunnel as well. And as I say, we'll leave it on till the game is about to kick back off for the second half. And as I say, hopefully we'll get Gateshead with a little bit more action in front of goal in the second half. As the Eastleigh fans get some encouragement from the home fans there. I don't know if you heard that over the microphones. There's always one, isn't there? But all joking aside, we do really appreciate, and it's an honour and a privilege to have away fans tune in, and we hope that the coverage has been acceptable for you. I know sometimes the accent can be a little bit hard to understand when we get excited, but we're just a voluntary service here, and we just want to push our football club to the moon, because local press doesn't always do it, and we want you to be able to enjoy your team away from home as well. And we've got a message here. We've got one from Chris Buzzard. He's for great commentary, guys. Grateful listening to see how it's going from down south. Thank you. And he's also put, how many away fans roughly can you see? I don't know if you can see on the camera here. I'll just put my finger above. If you look just underneath that finger there, I promise you it is a finger. I'm not dangling anything in front of the camera. I would say there's about 20 Eastleigh fans conservatively, maybe a little bit more. We will have confirmation of that as the game goes on. We'll have to turn the camera there. Apologies, I know you all want to see the pitch, but we would not be able to do this again if we did that. So there. Right here, we're back underway here. Gateshead shooting towards the River Tyne, Eastleigh shooting towards the Felon End. If you want to have that in real terms, if you're not from the area, north to south. Gateshead shooting towards the north end, and they're shooting towards the south end. And there we go, people making their way back to the posh seats. Yes, those are the posh seats. And we wait for Aaron Martin to come back. He's getting himself a cheeky coffee as Rutherford picks up the ball here in front of us, gets it to Hill, the goal scorer. Tries to cut it inside. Hill plays it forward, but Pye is there to clear it, and Gateshead trying to get the ball forward as Campbell, good tackle from Aaron Martin, the captain, to take it away from Campbell, who was coming onto it. And now Eastleigh can build down the left-hand side of the pitch as Kelly plays it to, I can't see the shirt number at the moment, apologies, as Kelly gets it back, plays it down the line, but there's nobody there, and Carl Magnay can take his time to control it and play the ball up the line to Tinkler, and now Magnay clears the ball in turn to Campbell, who did find a teammate, and unfortunately it fell back to a Eastleigh shirt as Kelly, under pressure from Ollie, plays the ball down the line and out it goes for a throw to Gateshead, just on the halfway line. Michael Phillips has put, not a bad away support considering it's a 640-mile round trip. It is. It's a fantastic support. Take a hat off to each and every one of those fans that have made that trip up today. And I'll say it must be a pain on the coach sometimes, Aaron. He's back with us. There's a lot of miles put in by Gateshead this season.
Yeah, it's something you have to get used to, but it's not something I enjoy the most, being on the coach for so long. It can.
So what gets you through? Is it box sets? Is it podcasts? Is it listening to Dan Ward's banter?
A bit of everything. I think like some of the journeys are that long. Obviously, we do stop and train sometimes on the way down there. So it does break it up a little bit, and we have to have stop at services so the driver can get a rest. So those things do break it up, but the journeys are so long. I think you can't just do one thing to get you through because you just sat there for so long.
Well, Gateshead trying to get the ball forward on the right-hand side of the pitch. Blackett tries to chase it down, but Martin plays it all the way back to McDonnell, who plays the ball up. Massively powerful kick as Ollie plays the ball over the top. And Campbell's going to chase it down. Aaron Martin's there, and keeper had to come off his line quickly to get there. And that's good pressure on the defender.
For a minute there, I thought he was going to get a toe on it.
Yeah, I just thought he was going to nick it past him there.
The turn of pace was so quick.
There's McDonnell kicks the ball from his hands, the edge of the box, all the way up there. Bailey wins the header. Hassani heads it on. Ward gets another head on it. And Blackett did well to get the ball. There was just nobody making the run on the right-hand side of the pitch, and it's played all the way back to McDonnell, who's in all green in the Eastleigh goal. His kick goes all the way through to his counterpart.
It seemed very easy for him to kick it. It's a hell of very close to our 18-yard box. It was almost like a click down the line.
He makes it look effortless as well, doesn't he?
I'm sure he's taking a bit off.
Well, Pye plays it to Daly. Gateshead still in possession through Pye. Plays a crossfield ball to Tinkler, who's in absolute acres of space. Can he get some support? Plays it inside to Campbell. Campbell to Ollie. Tinkler. Tinkler just has to turn and get it to Captain Ollie. And the ball from Campbell didn't find its target, but the clearance found a Gateshead shirt. Gateshead can try and build from the back through Magny. Looks to pick out a ball on the right-hand side, and he does through Ollie. Ollie puts it into the centre, and a ball put behind. That's better from Gateshead, making the defence work. And Gateshead have their first corner of the second half. Greg Ollie goes across to take this one. We've seen quite a few good deliveries from that corner flag in the first half from Corey Panther for Eastleigh. Can Ollie?
Hopefully we can put as troubling balls in as they did.
In it comes, edge of the 6-yard box, falls toward Ward. I don't think he was expecting to get that, and it's been cleared out for a throw-in. And Gateshead need to keep the pressure on. Daly gets it to Pye. Pye plays it across the defence to Tinkler. Back to Pye. Pye carries it over the halfway line. He's got Daly in space on the left-hand side, who he uses. Gives it back to Pye.
I think if that ball came in a little bit earlier from Ethan, then Luke's able to take his first touch forward, and that puts us in a bit more of a dangerous position.
Campbell wins a throw. Campbell wins a throw in the first half. Yeah, it needs just that little bit more zip, because by the time the ball got to him, he had to just check himself. Didn't need to. Yeah. And then he was covered by two Eastleigh players, but going in the right direction as Eastleigh clear the ball. Magny did keep it in. Campbell gets it forward to Ollie. Ollie drives with it, but dispossessed, cleared by Eastleigh, and that is kept in again by Magny. Lyric Hassani as now gets it to Ollie. Ollie on the right hand side of the box, plays it in now. Tinkler pulls it back. Just
I'm not sure that was the right ball to pull back.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was best to put across face a goal, that one, but now Gateshead have a throw, and two players are down there. There's been a little coming together.
I think it's Magny and McKiernan.
Yeah.
McKiernan.
Magny is up. It'll take a lot more than that to take him down. They made a strong stuff from Bertley. As he gets the ball. Plays it back to Langley. Out to Pye. Pye carries it forward. Acres of space to run into. They're playing a little bit more narrow at Eastleigh at the moment. As Gateshead get it to Tinkler on the right hand side.
If Luke just hangs out here, there's a lot of space.
Yeah, he needs to hug that touch line and
exploit that. Like you said, they are playing a bit narrow this side.
Hopefully he can ghost in there without them noticing. He's still in acres of space if they can get the ball over here. But now Pye carries the ball forward. He's in acres of space. The vision needs to be released quickly.
So much space there. If he doesn't plays it over the top, he's in.
Well, it's been seen now. Can he control it? He can. Comes off Rutherford, and that's the ball we needed.
Yeah, and look how far up the pitch it took us, effortless, and we just got a throw in, 5 yards away from the corner flag.
Sani gets the ball, gives it back to Daly. Daly, can he cross the ball in? He can. It's towards the near post, put behind for a corner, and that's better from Gateshead. That's what we need to see. Someone's put how many fans in attendance. We'll find out shortly the official figure. There's a lot of people haven't come back from the corporate at the moment, as you can see on the camera, but Ollie puts the ball deep into the box. And Bailey, I think he would have needed 8-inch extension on his studs to get towards that one.
If Dan Langley was a back post, it would have come back across.
Well, it's a goal kick to Eastleigh.
We have a public service announcement. This time a wallet has been found in the concourse. Please check it.
It's not my wallet. I've just checked.
The owner of the wallet identified because the picture's on the driving license, so I can give the name. The name is Mr. Christopher Allen Hall.
Gateshead pick up the ball in the centre circle. Lovely ball played forward, but Aaron Martin read it quickly and played it back to the goalkeeper. And that's what we need to do. We need to get that ball zipping when we get in possession.
Still can't get used to
that. And Gateshead, judge will give away a free kick as Charlie Carter wanted the ball a lot quicker than what he was getting it. Referee wants him to calm down somewhat. Free kick just on the halfway line for Eastleigh. Left-hand side of the pitch. Left-hand side of the centre circle. Here comes the deep ball towards the defence. Bailey wins the header up towards Blackett, but headed back up towards the Gateshead defence. And oh, well, the referee and linesman didn't spot that. There was a coming together between Pye and Danny Whitehall, and
I didn't see quite what happened there. I seen there was a tangle.
when Pye come down, his boots did make contact with Danny Whitehall's face. I don't know if it was intentional. I would like to think not, but yeah. Well, he's receiving treatment now, Whitehall. The referee wants to have a word with Pye. It looks like he's going to get a yellow card for the tussle. I think both players are, to be honest, for the reaction of Whitehall and Pye. And on another day, either player might have seen red there. Someone apparently no, it was off the, it was out of the game had already been stopped. It was outside the box. Sorry, I didn't communicate that as well as possible, but yeah, it wasn't the greatest coming together for two players. First time I've heard mention of Carter and no mention of JJ McKean, Eastleigh midfield being bypassed. They are going out to the wings a fair bit, but the minute Gateshead have it on the wings at the moment through. I think let me put it back to Magnew, put a crossfield ball to Daly, brings it down well. Can he get past Carter? Plays it inside to Campbell. Ball comes back and headed clear by the Eastleigh defence. And now Whitehall lays it off to Hill, who plays it down the line. Now Abram is chasing down Pye, who pushes him in the back, and a free kick is given there. A lot of the players went out towards the right and left-hand side through the wing-backs for Eastleigh, as it has with Gateshead so far. But I think with the way Eastleigh are sitting deep, the midfield isn't getting that involved that much.
I think the Eastleigh dugout are still contesting coming together.
Yeah. There's the ball played forward. And Blackett collides with the keeper. Free kick given there. As momentum carried him in there, as the ball was there to be won, but the keeper cleared the ball first.
The game's just starting to get a little bit spicy now.
Yeah. So Gateshead haven't made a substitution yet, as Hesketh was forced to come on for Panther in the first half for Eastleigh. And we've also had a substitution on the officials as well. The linesman had to leave play. Full official came in. Good defending by Gateshead, sees the ball out for a goal kick. It's been a better reaction that we've seen from Gateshead since the half-time break, but they need to keep the ball moving fast. That's how we're seeing results in the final third. As Magnay has the ball just inside his own half, crosses the halfway line. If he looks over, Daly's in acres. He's finding too much space over here for a Eastleigh perspective. There's Campbell. It's all down the right-hand side of the pitch as Ollie gets in front of his man. Can he cross the ball in? Just cuts back on himself, plays it down the line to Campbell.
We do
inside
need
to Hassani. It needed to be moved quicker there.
Yeah.
As Campbell chases Kelly down, played down the line. Gateshead picking up all the second balls at the moment, as Ollie's ball didn't find its intended target, and now lovely turn by Abrams, sent his man to the floor, carries the ball forward. If he looks up, Hill is on the right hand side. Here he is on the right hand side of the box. He's got the overlap of Rutherford. Rutherford crosses the ball over. It's a deep one. Nobody there. And Gateshead can clear the ball now. Campbell drops deep, lays the ball to Bailey. Bailey plays for a ball over the top, and just too much on that one. But the keeper comes out and sees that out for a goal kick. Well, Eastleigh have a lot of players warming up, and Gateshead have Dan Jarvis and Adi Yusuf warming up as well down here on our touchline to the left-hand side. 60 minutes gone. We are a little bit behind because of the stoppages in the first half. So 30 minutes remain here. Gateshead still trailed by a goal to nil. Ryan Hill, the goal scorer for Eastleigh. As Hassani didn't get his boot round that, and out it goes for a throw in. And there's Camille Conte is warming up as well. Signing announced this morning on loan from Middlesbrough until the 2nd of January. There's ball's being cleared. Blackett does well to control it. He's under pressure. And he's played it across the far side. There was nobody else up with him, and the place you would expect someone to be on the break for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, does look like we're going to see the introduction of Camille Conte coming on. He is getting stripped at the moment as Eastleigh have the ball. Dispossessed though, it's on the right-hand side of the pitch inside Gateshead's half. Ollie just nearly left the ball behind him there, plays it off a Eastleigh player for a throw just inside his own half on the far side. Quickly taken as Magne is in possession, plays it across to Pye. Back across to Magne. Magne carries the ball over the halfway line. Tinkler's hugging the touchline, who receives the ball on the right-hand side. Campbell is across there to help. Campbell plays it inside, deflects off a player. Now it can be cleared by Eastleigh. Whitehall and Magne go up in the air as Magne manages to get the ball. The ball comes off Magne though, out for a throw on the halfway line. Well, we've seen the ball move a lot faster in the second half, and it's paid dividends, but we just need to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, it's those for the last few minutes. It has been it's been a bit slower than we started the half. I don't know if they've just been. I don't know if the event of the coming together it kind of just took a bit out of the game with the stoppage.
Yeah, well, we are going to see the first substitution momentarily. The ball has went out for a throw next to the corner flag on the far side of the pitch for Eastleigh.
And who's going to be coming off, because I don't think anyone's deserved to.
Going to be interesting to see who does come off here. But he is stripped wearing number 42. And I think Dan Jarvis as well is stripped and ready for action as well. So we're going to see Dan Jarvis for the first time in a Gateshead strip here at Gateshead International Stadium as the ball crossed in. They've won a corner. And I think this will be the time where we're going to see the change. And it does look like Lyra Kasani is going to be making way for the debutant, Camille Conte.
I wonder if they'll wait till the corner. I think they'll. Oh no. Thought they might have waited till the corner had been took.
Well, Lyra Kasani gets a nice reception from the China Weir stand. And on comes to the pitch. Whoa. And some fools let a firework off on the far side there.
It's unexpected.
And Dan Jarvis is going to come on to replace number 12, Dan Ward, who has went a little bit quiet in the last 10 minutes. He has given a lot so far in this game. But this is the chance for Dan Jarvis to show what he's all about for the Tyne Weir club here. And on he comes wearing number 4. And we're going to see a corner delivered from the far side here for Eastleigh. It's a deep one. And Dan. Oh, it's Dan Langley got to say. He come back across there and he got to grab it. Well, and Abrahams is making a real. And he's going to get a booking here, I think. He blocked the run of the goalkeeper twice there.
Yeah, I think
There's a needless one that from the
Dan,
attacker.
Dan had seen Blackie's run on the far side, and he was trying to distribute it, and Abraham's just stopped him from playing the ball out.
Well, Gated, free kick on the edge of the box, taken short. Langley has the ball at his feet, carries it out as he has done in the first half.
He's in a lot of space on the left-hand side.
Oh yes, he didn't see him. He went across for Tinkler, who wins the header. Blackett doesn't pick up the second ball, and Gator win the ball in midfield though. Bailey with a nice little flick to Ollie. Ollie quickly closed down. Magne gives it to Conte.
Get wide, Daly.
There we go. He's looking. He's seen the ball there. Quickly moved out to Daly on the left-hand side. Bailey in front of him. Plays it back to Pye. Pye, is he pushed down? He has, yes. And, well, he's doing the same thing again. You think he would learn from his mistakes here.
He's in danger of being sent off.
Yeah. Abrams. But Gated now. Quickly moved by Ollie to Bailey. Bailey out to Daly. This is better. Left-hand side of the box. Can he get across in there? There's players there. Gets down to the dead ball line. Crosses the ball in. Goes behind for a goal kick. But just need to get that ball moving quicker and utilise the space that Daly's been finding here in the second half.
You know, myself as a striker, I'd prefer, if it's touch cross there.
Yeah.
So you're not waiting. So defenders can mark you up. You want to try to catch them off guard and anticipate the ball coming in, not reacting to it.
Well, from a Gator perspective, a lot better. 67 minutes gone. Gator 0, Eastleigh 1, still separated by that Ryan Hill goal in the first half. As the ball goes through to Daly, gets it to Jarvis. Jarvis just has to take a touch and plays it back to Langley. And Whitehall is down now, holding his ankle.
There was no contact with him.
No. He's back up onto his feet gingerly.
I'm not sure what he's done there. Looks like he's really struggling.
Yeah. And the cross, but Tinkler has the ball, hugging the right-hand touchline, plays it back to Magne. Here's the space here. Can Pye get the ball across to Daly? He can, but needs to be moved quicker. Jarvis just lets Daly run into the middle there, but Gateshead sloppy passing in midfield, and now it's cleared by Eastleigh up towards Abrams, but Pye's there, nods it back to Langley, and played out to Magne, who can bring the ball forward up towards the halfway line, crosses the halfway line. Conte plays it back to Langley. Langley out to Pye. Daly comes back to show for him just inside his own half, gets the ball. Bailey plays it inside to Blackett, but it was intercepted, and Hill just fouled by Blackett and free kick. Well, in the last few passages of the play, when we got forward, Bailey's got into a more forward space. So it looks like we've changed things a little bit tactically. So the ball's played forward now. Pye. The offside flag goes up on Abrams.
I think Camille's playing as the more sitting role.
Abrams is really making I think he might be getting substituted here, I think, by the looks of it. But Gateshead gonna bring the ball forward, gets it out to Tinkler on the right-hand side. He uses every blade of grass.
Luke Daly's on his own at the left-hand side. If
Conte gets the ball, plays it across to Pye. Daly has to come back, but he gets the ball here just in front of the Eastleigh dugout. Back to Pye. Conte. You say it just seems to have dropped into that Bailey role, hasn't he? Just in front of the back four. And now Ollie gives it back to Magne. Magne back to Ollie, who's on the right-hand side. Carries the ball forward, tries to play it through and didn't get it through to its target. And now they can try and break through. Charlie Carter, who's still going down the left-hand side. He's still going as he goes down in dramatic fashion as he got near the box. And the referee says, get up.
He just tried to play for a free kick there because he's running into nowhere.
Well, we're going to see number 4, Nigel Alatanga, coming on. And haven't seen the number there. Number 9 is coming off. And that is Whitehall. Oh, who's carrying on his sportsmanship by insisting to shake the referee's hand before he leaves the pitch. He's taking his time. "70 minutes gone." If you're just joining us, Gateshead trying to get themselves back into the game.
Substitution for Eastleigh FC. Leaving the pitch, number 9 from Whitehall, being replaced by number 4.
Langley goes long, looking for the run of Tinkler. Tinkler wins the header. Can Gateshead should pick up the second ball. Blackett, was he fouled? No. Cleared by Eastleigh, and now Abrams is chasing the ball down. Pye is up there for company. Corner of the box on the left-hand side. He's got his back to goal, lays it off to Hesketh. Hesketh controls it, keeps it in. Hesketh plays it inside to Carter, but Carter's ball only finds Tinkler. Now Gateshead can try and build as Dan Jarvis turns, plays it to Daly. Daly plays it down the line to... Oh, nice stuff from Jarvis, just didn't stick to Daly's feet, and now they can try and break as the ball comes out to Rutherford, but couldn't keep it in. Well, Gateshead once again building from the back. Tinkler pumps the ball over the top, looking for the run of Blackett. Blackett holds the ball up, does very well against the defender.
Back post is on.
Campbell, right-hand side of the box. Oh, he gets a cross in, comes back out, and now Eastleigh are going to be able to clear it through Hesketh. And Abrams is chasing the ball down. Magny.
Done well.
Well, the ball rolls out there, and let's give the free kick. Eastleigh manager applauds. Then he's going to book Magny as well, for good measure. It's a bit of a harsh one, I thought. It's 2 players competing for the ball. Both went down. Shoulder to shoulder. Free kick. Level with the corner of the box, right on the left-hand touchline, so they can use this just like a corner. Or is it a throw? We'll see when he gets to the ball.
I think it's free kick.
Yeah, free kick. So it's a dangerous set piece. Up comes Langston from the back. Some big targets to aim for as the ball comes in right towards Langley. Just has to scoop that out the air and quickly distributes it over the top, looking for Blackett, and it's asking a lot of Blackett against big defenders to try and win that. But Gateshead pick up the ball that was cleared, and now Daly can bring the ball forward. Left-hand side, he needs a runner in front of him. Jarvis plays it to Ollie, who found space. Oh, nicely used ball from Gateshead down the left-hand side. Jarvis has it, wins a throw-in for his troubles. You just need to keep the ball moving into space. Jarvis now has the ball. Gives it to Daly. Daly's in space. Can he get a quick cross in? He plays it across the bottom. No one anticipated it there, and it's been cleared out. Throw in just in front of the dugout. Conter to Jarvis. Conter plays it across the defence to Magny, who's inside his own half in the centre circle. Plays it forward to Campbell. Bailey does well to turn his man, lays it off to Ollie. Ollie puts it out to Jarvis in the centre. Can Jarvis get a shot off? He can. What a finish! Dan Jarvis! What a way to introduce yourself! A beautiful curling shot. But Gateshead moved the ball and created the space.
It's a great goal.
Beautiful. It's level now.
16 minutes left. Hopefully this, we could take the momentum now and get a second goal.
Wow.
That's
it's always the way to do it on your debut, isn't it? Yeah, that was good. I didn't expect him to get the shot away initially when he got the ball, but he took that little touch, got himself into space, and the keeper had no chance with that one. That's the spark Gateshead needed. Well, we're back underway. Ball played across the far side. Hill nods it on. Sorry, it was Carter. They've got a very similar haircut. Both like an Alice band. As Gateshead now can bring the ball forward. Daly gets the ball. Under pressure from Hill. Plays it back to Pye. Jarvis, the goal scorer, plays it forward. Nice touch from Bailey towards Blackett, but Martin was there to get it up. But it's a throw into Eastleigh in front of the Gateshead dugout.
I think Eastleigh will slow this game down now, try to take the sting out of it.
Yeah, I think they were doing that already, weren't they?
Yeah.
Well, Rutherford going to take this throw in front of the Gateshead dugout. Launches it down the pitch there, and it comes off Carter. Conte does well. Manages to, he's fouled in the process. He had tried to get the ball to Magnate. Free kick to Gateshead. Well, so far, the substitutions have been the difference.
Yeah.
As now Gateshead look to get the ball moving forward through Bailey. Bailey plays it down the line to Jarvis on the left-hand side. Gets it to Daly. Daly tried to play it off an Eastleigh player, but
He's done well there.
done well. Yeah, oh, nice stuff there. Pye did just enough to get the ball to Jarvis, and Jarvis gave it back to Magnay. Gateshead looking a lot more comfortable on the ball. Not that they've looked uncomfortable, they're using the ball with purpose. Now, as Magnay gets the ball out to Tinkler on the right-hand side, plays it back to Ollie. Ollie looks up, plays it down the line. Blackett's offside. You get flag come up slowly, but he did look off there, didn't he?
Yeah. He was just a couple of yards off. He set off a bit early. He seems to have a bit more energy now on the pitch.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a bit of a prep in the step.
Just fresh ideas with the substitutions. I think Camille's looked very solid since he's come on. He's
very relaxed.
Yeah, and I think Dan's just got that little bit more vision for fresh eyes and fresh legs at the moment. As did well there to keep a hold of the ball, did McKieran.
Lucky ricochet there.
And
could be a foot race.
Magnier gets over there, does well, plays the ball forward, and I thought Blackett might have been in there, but your namesake was over there. Gator keeping the pressure on when they lose possession. As the ball's played forward now. Oh, lovely stuff there by Bailey to win the ball back.
Hey,
and the referee goes down in a heap. And well, we've nearly seen it all this afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, drop ball to Gateshead now. Conte. Lays it off to Pye, who gets it to Daly here on the left-hand side. Ollie comes across the show for him, but he plays it back to Pye. All the way across to Magnay. Conte back to Magnay. Tinkler. Gateshead happy to stay in possession. Goes across to Pye from Magnay. Ollie gets the ball with space to run into. Now he's got Daly. Daly on the outside of him. Chose to go inside, but Gateshead have a throw in.
It's an ambitious ball.
Oh, and just Daly's touch just let him down there to another throw, but this time to Eastleigh and try to steal a few yards. Rutherford's going to be the man to take the throw. We've got 11 minutes left of normal time. And the game has warmed up nicely since Gateshead have got back into it. There's Magnay, nicely done. Had Charlie Carter behind him there and just turned his run, laid it off, and now Langley can just slow things down at the back. As Magnay now carries the ball forward. A lot of the pitch covered in the shadow of the Tyne Weir stand at the moment, but a nice ball across to Daly, who plays it inside to Ollie. He needs to get back into space. Ollie has to go inside. He's still going. He's got Tinkler on the far side. Plays it off to Bailey. Bailey can now find Tinkler, who's on the corner of the box. Cuts in with it. Plays it back to Bailey. Gateshead still camped out in and around the area. As Tinkler now gives it to Ollie. Ollie turns. Plays it inside to Campbell. This is nice stuff from Gateshead, but can they get the ball into the box? Tinkler Plays it down the line, looking for the run of Bailey. And Atanga does well on the far side.
We just played one too many passes there.
Yeah. As Abrams brings the ball down, Pye, lovely cover and play, and plays it off Abrams for a throw. Didn't have a shaky first half, but it could have been better. He's grew into the game, Ethan Pye.
Yeah, I think him and Luke, have done very well since they've come into the squad. Luke's adapted very quickly. They're both such a young age. Playing in a position that carries a lot of pressure. You can't afford to make mistakes at the back without being punished. They've both been very good since they've been at the club. Abrahams has been a handful, and I think Ethan's had a very mature performance today, dealing with someone like him, a big unit who's going to run and tussle with him, and he's had to show a lot of courage, and he's had to think about what he's doing.
Campbell with the ball in the box goes to the first time shot. Oh, he's put it across. It's going to be kept in though, and now Jarvis. Oh, lovely touch. Takes it along dead ball line, plays it in the centre. And just to say Blackett couldn't get anything on it, and it's been cleared by hooker by Crook. And Gateshead, that was better. Nice turn and clever feet from Jarvis there. Tinkler plays to Ollie. Ollie back to Magne. Daly. Cuts inside, leaves Hill behind him. Needs to find a teammate, gets it out to Jarvis, who's out here on the left-hand side. Plays it back to Bailey. Nearly every man inside the Eastleigh half as now Jarvis looks to play the ball. Nice play down the line. Can get a good delivery, come in. Deep, it's deep. Too deep. Tinkler was coming in. The ball actually stayed in and goes out for a throw. And there's a couple of players struggling for Eastleigh. There's one having to stretch his hamstrings out there against the goalpost. 8 minutes remain. And they're going to make their final substitution here. Callum Banks is going to come on for Abrams, who, along with Danny Whitehall, have been a real handful physically and speed. They've given our young defenders quite the time this afternoon. And he makes way now for Callum Banks to come on, who looks quite the physical athlete himself. Well, there we go, and Eastleigh will get the game back underway with this throw from next to the corner flag. Right across from us here. It's the ball up there. Ollie wins the header. Blackett does well to bring it down. Gets it to Ollie. Ball into the centre. Jan Jarvis is there. It's been headed away by Rutherford. And then Hill manages to get it away. But Gateshead pick it up in midfield. Play it back to Magny in defence. Now Pye can carry the ball forward. The ball to Jarvis was on there. He just hesitated. Pye gets the ball back, plays it back to Conter. Conter.
We'll try switch over and try to get it to Tinks.
Yeah. Tinkler right on the right-hand touchline there. He uses every blade of grass, doesn't he, Tinkler? He doesn't use as much space as he can.
Yeah, he likes to try to stretch teams.
Well, Daly's doing exactly the same thing here on the left-hand side. Receives the ball. Gets it inside there to Jarvis. Still going Daly with the ball. Needs to play it across the pitch. He does. Finds Tinkler, who's in acres of space. And now we need people making moves ahead of him as Tinkler drives forward with the ball. Plays it inside to Bailey. Bailey plays it back to Jarvis. Jarvis, if he looks, there's Daly on the left-hand side. Dispossessed though by Rutherford, and Rutherford plays a first-time ball over the top, looking for the run of Banks.
Dangerous.
And Banks has got there in space, goes for his curling shot, and well, the heart was pounding when he first kicked it, but after you've seen the power he got on it, it wasn't too bad. And now, as Conter receives the ball, gives it to Ethan Pye. Now with Daly, Daly can carry the ball forward. Jarvis. He's looking for movement, tries to pick a ball out in the middle there. Campbell gets the ball under control a second time, tries to play it through. Lovely stuff for Blackett's got a hold of it, just couldn't turn too many people. Oh, and Daly, if he had went in with more conviction, I think he might have got that.
Yeah.
He caught John McKiernan. Certainly not malicious, just clumsy. Well, 5 minutes of normal time remain here, plus stoppages. I would imagine there'll be 3 to 4 added on here, the amount of substitutions that we've had. And 1 or 2 stoppages as some players take on time to take on water, as we're going to see Daly leave now the pitch for Gallagher. And Gallagher brings a lot of pace to the side. And the space that's been found on the left-hand side, you'd think that's something we're going to try and exploit here in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, you know, there's only 5 minutes plus added time. If he can drive down that line, I'm sure he's definitely got the legs.
Well, see, Rutherford's had a busy afternoon, and I don't think he'll relish a fresh set of legs coming up against him. As Blackett does very well there to lay it on. Dan Jarvis would have been offside there. He wouldn't have got to that one anyway. Well, he's pulled it back for a free kick. The referee, the Gateshead, just inside the own half in the centre circle.
Ball still on the pitch.
There we go. We're back underway. Pye. Dan Jarvis plays it back to Magnay. Gallagher, look at he's hugging that touchline. There's the ball to Gallagher. Can Dan Jarvis pick up the loose ball? Ball's played forward and he gets a free kick for his troubles. Hill, like the challenge before from Pye. Oh, sorry, it was Daly, wasn't it, that got booked before? It's just a little bit late, clumsy. Needless one, but it's a dangerous position for Gateshead. About 30 yards out on the left-hand side here. Good opportunity to whip across in here. Greg Ollie wants a different ball. That one's a little bit flat as the referee throws that one back to the stand. Only Callum Banks is the furthest man forward for Eastleigh. Everyone back, all on the edge of the area. Ollie now puts this one in. It's deep towards Conter. Conter doesn't win the header.
Didn't quite have the curl on it that it needed.
Didn't dip at the end, did it?
A very straight ball.
Eastleigh clear that one. There's Gallagher to see that back to Langley after Banks was chasing it down. Ollie drops deep, turns his man to carry on the run, plays it down the line. Does it come off? No, come off. Ollie, which didn't get the one he wanted, the pass. It's a throw in just on the halfway line to Eastleigh between the two dugouts. Someone put, is that Mickey off the podcast in the crowd absolutely berating the ref? It could be. As Pye clears that ball up, and Blackett was having his shirt pulled there. Fourth official didn't even want to look at that. He's still not looking. Blackett's getting pulled from pillar to post, but Gateshead guilty of not playing to the whistle. Well, there we go. Well, thankfully, Callum Banks didn't know where the ball was going, and Gateshead can play that back. But need to keep playing. Play till you hear the whistle. As Magnay now pings the ball over to Jarvis. Jarvis brings the ball down well, chests it down, gets it to Ollie in the centre. Ollie now plays it forward to Jarvis. Can he get a cross in? He can.
Good ball.
Blackett let it roll past. But Gateshead camped out in the Eastleigh half. Can they get this ball forward again as Magnay gives it to Pye? Everybody in there, bar Langley. Sitting very deep Eastleigh now as Gallagher just balled his feet. Plays it to Jarvis. Back to Gallagher. Gallagher now back to Jarvis, and Gateshead get the ball. This is a little bit better. They've capitalised on the mistake, but they didn't control it well, and it's been cleared again. And now Banks is chasing. Langley's had to come out. Calmly plays it across to Magnay. Heart was not in my mouth at all there. We're in the final minute, about 30 seconds of normal time remain here. We haven't seen how many longs added on. Can Gateshead carve something out? Or Eastleigh have something else to say as McKean drives forward as a bottom man on the far side in space. It's
I think we're lucky that's been overhit.
yeah, Hesketh, he'll not be too happy with that one.
No.
He's just needed replayed to his feet. But it's a throw into Gateshead.
That would have been a good ball. It would have been touching in.
Certainly would.
Gallagher's gone down.
Gallagher, the substitute who come on, is feeling his calf and shin here. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. But that is us into stoppage time here, and we're about to find out exactly how long that will be. 6 minutes of added on here.
I wonder if this will get extended with Galley being down.
Well, yeah, you imagine the clock will be stopped from here. We'll just have a little look around. I haven't had a check of what the scores are around the National League. I'll just wait for this to refresh. Wrexham have turned it around. It's 2-1. Yeah, that's quite the turnaround. I'll go through the scores later on and properly. But yeah, that is a team on a roll at the moment. They've got the belief, but Gateshead might still be able to do the same and turn it around yet. There's 6 minutes added on here. And, well, we'll see what we can do when we get back underway. Gateshead have a throw on the far side. Gallagher stands on the touchline with the fourth official, waiting to be allowed back on. As Tinkler now launches the ball down the right-hand side, nodded on by an Eastleigh player. Martin heads it clear, Conter's there, but his header goes out for a throw just inside the Gateshead half. There's Kelly. That's the man to take the throw. He's in no hurry at the moment. Now he launches a long one down, headed in by Banks, and Gateshead win possession. Went out for a throw, and well, the referee is going to book somebody here. It's going to be an Eastleigh player.
Man of the match for Gateshead.
Yeah.
Number 2, Robbie Tinkler.
Robbie Tinkler given man of the match. But I think what a lot of fans will take away from today was the introduction of Dan Jarvis, of course, making his debut and scoring as well. What a way to make an impact. And Camille Conter as well has looked very capable as well. He's got a little bit of experience of first-team football. Played in the National League South last year. I think there's 10 games I read. I can't remember which team it is. It escapes me. But he's come in and looked like he's played at this level before with ease. But we've still got about 4 minutes remaining here. Added on time. Ball played across to Magnay. Magnay plays it back to Bailey. Drives forward down the left-hand side. Has to check his run. Plays it back to Magnay. Tinkler drops deep inside his own half to get the ball back to Magnay. Gateshead looking to pick out a pass here, but this bank of 4, or 2 banks of 4, there's stopping Gateshead from getting that ball forward, but there's movement.
Yeah, there's blue shirts everywhere. They're trying to see the result out.
And the ball out to Ollie on the right-hand side, back to Tinkler. Gateshead not committing too many men forward, but there's players up there. If needed, the ball goes up to where Tinkler would normally have been, and Tinkler asks the question, why did you do that? The ball goes out of play. And, well,
at least that pushes them back. It wasn't a good ball at all, but at least that pushes them back, throwing deep in their half.
Well, we've still got time for either side to carve a chance out. Will it happen? We've got the throw taken by Kelly. Callum Banks tried to turn his man. It bounces off his thigh and out for a throw to Gateshead. Inside the Eastleigh half. Need to get this ball moving quick and up the pitch to do something with it. As Ollie turns, is lovely there. Picks out Campbell. Campbell looks to play it
Oh, it
across.
looks a bit heavy.
Too much on it, but can Pye get there? Oh, just trickles out.
I think maybe if that was Galley, he would have caught that being with fresher legs.
Well, at this stage, you take a point, but with the way we played in the second half, be a little bit disappointed we weren't able to go on and find the winner as it stands.
Yeah, I think he's, in games like this, especially coming out in the second half, how we have and had, majority of possession. It's just, it's just a little bit upsetting that we have to concede a goal to get us going.
Well, throw into Gateshead. Surely there can't be more than a minute left here at Gateshead International Stadium. Bailey plays a long ball over the top, looking for.
Can still get onto that
as well. A little bit of panic. Can Gateshead pick up the loose ball? McKinnon controls it. Gateshead closed down. Ball played forward for Callum Banks. Goes out for a throw in front of the Gateshead dugout. And taking a little bit further down the pitches. Langley now gives it to Magny. A little bit more urgency. The ball has to get up the pitch. Pies and acres of space. I think Gallagher is injured. He's sitting up there waiting. I think in the event that the ball bounces. Because he hasn't come back, has he, at all, to the left back position. He's onside now. Can Gateshead get a ball in? They're on the right-hand side, level of the corner box. Tinkler gets in there. Ball just bounces away. And Tinkler's still battling, though. Can he get the ball back? And the ball's played back to the keeper. He clears that all the way up, and it's going to bounce out for a throw-in to Gateshead. Ball girls quickly give the ball to Magny. Gives it to Langley. Haven't seen the referee look at his watch just yet. There's now the ball is played up towards Tinkler. Can Tinkler nod this one in? He can. Can Blackett get there? Nods it back to Tinkler. And, well, cover and play from Hesketh there. Gets the ball out of play. Can Gateshead launch this one in? Halfway inside the Eastleigh half on the far side, just in front of the away fans.
Need someone to show.
Campbell gets it back to Tinkler. It's going to come all the way back to Bailey, and Gateshead need to get the ball moving in the other direction, and they have, as Campbell has the ball, plays it back to Ollie. Was Ollie fouled? He has. We've got a free kick. This could be the last throw of the dice.
Last kick.
As Ollie is down in a heap there. I think he's been caught as he ran through, but the free kick is going to be level with the corner of the box, you would say, around about that area on the right-hand side of the pitch. I'm
hoping he's exaggerating this.
Yeah.
If he's down and he's took a knock, it's not good.
Yeah, he's been caught on the outer thigh there. He's showing the referee and the linesman. He's not happy. But we need a delivery from the captain here. This is a chance. Every man in and around the gates of the Eastleigh area, apart from Tinkler and Langley. The captain, Ollie, now puts the delivery into the box. In it comes. Up in the air. It hasn't been cleared yet. Magny wins the header. Gets it to Blackett. Blackett brings it down. Lays it off. Shot off from. It hasn't been cleared yet. And there's the full-time whistle. Gateshead have come from behind to salvage a point here at Gateshead International Stadium. It was a much improved performance after the half-time break, which seen a debutant goal from Dan Jarvis. And what a goal it was as well, Aaron, to see.
Yeah, a bit of magic from Dan coming off the bench. Ball in, touch inside. Great strike into the top corner. I'm sure I'll not hear the end of that living with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's secured, he's done well. He's also secured a point with a great bit of magic.
Yeah, but there's positives to be taken from it. Yes, we went behind from a goal that maybe could have been defended better, but we showed character once again this season. We haven't been outclassed. We've got ourselves back into it, arguably the better side in the second half.
Yeah.
The possession will show that we were in control for vast majorities. And then we've seen the introduction of, say, two new players, as it were. Obviously, we've had Dan Jarvis since the summer. It's the first time he's been able to show us what he can do, and what a cameo it was. And the same for Camille Conter as well. He looked a very composed young man on the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure he broke a sweat.
No.
He looked very comfortable.
It certainly was. Well, Aaron, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. I can't wait to see you back out there on the pitch, and hopefully we'll be able to speak to you soon on the podcast. Just need to say thank you to everyone that has tuned in as well. Thank you for all your messages. We've got a few messages that have come in. I'll put them up on the screen. Good point on the road. Worrying to hear about injuries, though. Yeah, seemed to happen a fair bit. Sounded like a good game. Great commentary. Thank you very much. Really enjoyed it. So just happy that you tuned in. What was the next best thing to be in here? See you in April. Well, thank you for listening from Oregon as well. Hope you have a nice day. And great analysis there, Aaron. You're getting some praise. Hello. It took me a while to get in my stride in the commentary, I must admit. But thank you for your kind words. Thank you for joining us. If you could like and subscribe, we are planning to do a show on Monday night, the Heat Army podcast. We will also be back on Tuesday night for the commentary of Gateshead versus Altrincham here at Gateshead International Stadium. Remember, we enjoy you being able to listen, but if you can get down, Gateshead Stadium's the best place to watch Gateshead play. And hopefully we'll see you here soon. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Away the lads.